Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys for all sticking with us. Apologies for the delay here. My name is Trenton Bodine, and we are back here again for another episode of Bosses in Action. Today, we have a really exciting conversation lined up here with Mark Jensen. He's the CEO of Mod Realty Canada and the founder of Mod AI Automation. We are going to be talking about AI and prompt engineering, and very excited to have everybody here. Would love to hear in the chat where you guys all are from. Let us know, and we would love to see where you guys all are. Ontario, Canada, Atlanta, tuning in from Florida. Love to see this. Vermont, nice. Nice, good variety here. Well, I'm thrilled here to be joined by Mark Jensen, and he's a powerhouse when it comes to AI and real estate. But I'm going to let him do a little introduction here. Let us everybody know who he is and what you guys are in tune for.
Yeah, okay. So my name's Mark Jensen, owner and CEO of Mod Realty, which is in Oakville, Ontario, Canada, a small brokerage, but very tech forward. I'm also a real estate coach, part of the FUB community, an admin and a group expert there as well. So I help out in that Facebook community, which is really large, getting up to about 25,000 people now. I also just became an author last week, so just released a new book. It's called Unbreakable. That's all about the psychology of real estate and mindset. So that's pretty exciting. And there's a shout out in there to Tristan for his motivation and inspiration to me once I read his book. Also, we just started a new company called AI Automation. What we're focusing on right now is AI voice agents that can call your leads in your database and actually book appointments or transfer live calls. And we're also working with inbound agents, so you never have to miss a call. The AI agents are trained on everything about your business and can answer most questions and book appointments or transfer calls or take notes. So
Excellent. Well, let's just jump right into this since we are, took a little time to get going
yeah.
here. I want to start with the foundation, of prompt engineering real fast. And I want to ask you, Mark, why is prompt creation so important in AI, but also especially in real estate here?
I wasn't going to share a deck, but I think visually, if I can just share this deck real quick, it will
Go for it.
uh, help with everything. So
Well, while you're doing that, we got Tom in here who says, I've been bombarded recently with AI calls and I can't stop any of them. Well, while that can happen sometimes, Tom, at least we can help situate to where this is going to help you guys a little bit further along too, so you guys can be able to follow up with your clients and everything like that.
okay, just want to make sure we're seeing my screen.
Yep, we got it. We can see it.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so obviously we got a lot of cover in a short amount of time. So, I created this AI image of what it feels like drinking through a fire hose, and that's what AI can feel like sometimes. But what I'm trying to do through this is to keep it simple and just sort of explain the basics of how to get the best results. So, where can we use AI? You can use it in blogs, emails, listing and buyer presentations, listing descriptions, helping with your SEO. I use it for training, all things marketing now, workflow, CRM, coaching, and mentoring.
Excellent.
So here's an example of what a AI basic prompt can do. If you're asking for salmon in a river, you might not get a live fish. You might get a fillet of salmon floating in the river because AI just doesn't really understand it. So there's a structure that's best practices to get the best results. So the first thing you need to do is tell the AI, give it a persona. What is its role? What is its expertise? Then the next thing is context or background. So any background that you can provide is going to give the AI a little bit more information to base what it's working from. So this information can include listing specs, market data, your brand tone, anything along those lines. The more details that you add, the better the prompts are going to be. Then you're going to create the objective. So you're going to tell it what you want to do. So this is where most people jump in and just type that first sentence in, but didn't take care of those first two. Then you want to talk about how are you going to get the results? What's it going to look like? So in here, you can talk about your style, your tone, your format. So you can say, I wanted a friendly format or more formal. I want to focus on luxury home buyers. You get to set those all up. Also, you can put in a word count, any other, you can make it come out in bullet points, a narrative style. There's all different ways of getting the output. Again, you can talk about what the text is. Is it plain text? Is it bullet text? So then
You
you
know,
want to
this
include
is
any
great.
examples or references. Sorry, go ahead. Yep.
This is great here. Like for
Yep.
those that are on the call, definitely screenshot this what he has up here on the presentation. We'll definitely send it out to you guys as well.
Mm.
But what he's going through here is you want to be able to frame all this, and you have to really. I always say teach your AI like an intern. Like make sure that they understand what you really want. And so I guess this is kind of the difference between a write me a social media post versus a here's how to build out everything that I'm perfectly looking for.
Yeah, so we'll go through, there's a couple more points we'll touch base, and then I'll show you an example of what a completed one looks like. So, yeah, any examples or references, and yeah, there's different AI chats that you can use, and I'll show you some examples where you can actually attach um, documents, images, or even other websites for the AI to use as an anchor to base what it's creating from. And then you can request at the very end for refinements or check to make sure that everything is correct. If that's not as important, it's more, sorry, going the wrong way here. What is going on?
AI is
All
taking
right, there
over.
we go. Yes. Okay, so here's the fully completed prompt, and this is sort of what it would look like. You're a seasoned real estate copywriter specializing in luxury waterfront properties. Here's the property context, its location, talk about how many beds and baths, who the target audience is. So it's going to create something there. The task is to write a 150 word listing description that emphasizes exclusivity, lifestyle, and a prime location. Use an inviting yet upscale tone. Output the final description in plain text. Divide it into 2 or 3 short paragraphs. Include a brief call to action at the end after you produce the first draft, and check for brand compliance. And that's really, when if you've created a prompt like this, the results you're going to get are way, way better than just putting in a simple, here's a little bit of information about my listing. Can you create a description from it? This is given it all context, and what you're going to get is a much more amazing, robust response. The other thing I like too is looking at which chats give you the best results. So there's different chats out there, and each chat is a little bit better at some things than others.
So
Trent, you've been using all the other chats out there other than just Chat GPT?
yeah, Tristan is one that is really a big he's one that's going to test them all out. You know, I found that after testing a bunch of them out, ChatGPT has really worked well for myself because I've trained it so well. Uh,
Yeah,
I've taught it that, hey, we have to speak in a certain kind of voice, or
right.
we cannot use specific words, making sure that we are always having that emotional feeling brought in. I'm going to drop one into the chat that I think is really good. And the reason why I like this one is because we're talking about the feelings. We're talking about what questions they might be having.
Oh
What
yeah,
they need to do
yeah.
to take actions. So a lot of times whenever I'm, working on anything AI related, I try to understand who that what the demographic is or who the market that we're trying to target is, trying to make sure that we don't use specific language in it as well. What is the tone? What is the voice? Things like that. We've created a specific blog prompt as well, making sure we outline everything, having specific talking points in there, making sure, like, again, a lot of the stuff is to show it how to use exclusions, how to use inclusions, things like that. And so,
Mhm.
um, that I've just really been a big fan of ChatGPT just because of that reason. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and
definitely something
honestly,
to
they
keep.
all do it. And again, it's about which one you use the most is going to understand and learn you better than, using something brand new for the first time. You
Yep.
need to use it a whole bunch of times to get it trained up to your standards. So I'm going to share with you a little hack that I've found. And so one of the things I've done is once you get the result, you can type this in and continue the chat. So the answer would be like, okay, this is a level one answer. Can you give me a level two version that goes deeper? And what you'll see is you'll get a much better response. And whoops. And then the third response is the most important. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. My computer's dying. The third one's the most important. Now, this is important to say, take your time because the AI will spend more time analyzing and coming up with a better solution. So take your time, take this to level three, the ultimate. Now, ultimate is a really important word, and if you capitalize it, AI puts more importance to it. So the ultimate level and give me the most advanced strategy you can think of or whatever. So just getting those, like if you're building like a prompt to say, give me a marketing plan for my business for whatever city, but you go through and you've developed it. If you take that to the level three, your result will be so much better, so much more detailed. So that's a little hack that I thought I would share to you on doing that. So
That's awesome. Like, I didn't even think of that. I just kept saying, that's basic. That's not detailed enough. We need to create a sense of urgency or create a fear of missing out. Really try to tell it what you're thinking there. So I really like that one. Anybody in the chat, if you guys are also testing this
yeah,
out
I'd love
on
to
your
hear.
own, if there's something specific that you like there, definitely share it with everybody. Remember, there's something I always, when I'm describing, AI and what you can do with it, it's you don't give keys to a Ferrari and then just go 50 miles per hour down the road. You really want to make sure that you're really testing it out and really setting it to the max there. So I think that's a really big part there. Tom said in here, can you tell ChatGPT not to use extravagant words and be more simple in the description?
Yeah,
Definitely. When
100%.
you guys put one of these prompts in there, most likely you're going to use the words dive into. They're going to say delve. You start to realize there's specific ones that are going to get replicated, and it's up to you to be able to distinguish that and then start to tell it, make it more human like, or don't sound like this, or you really sound like an AI. We need to humanize that voice. So definitely we can do that. We have another question here before we jump into this real quick. Which other AIs are you guys using besides ChatGPT, descriptions, images? I'll go first here. I say Midjourney. That's always my favorite one for creating images. Mark, what is the other ones that you like to use?
So I use Ruby AI. What I like about Ruby AI is sort of it takes all of the chats and puts it into one program. So instead of signing up for three different programs, you can sign up for Ruby and it gives you credits that you can use into whichever one. So there's no limitation. But all the free ones, like you'll see, ChatGPT 4.0 mini is free, but ChatGPT 4.0 uses one word. So if you're buying a basic account, you get 100,000 words to use, which is about two full books worth of data. But you could use Command, Claude, Claude Instant, Gemini. So it has all of the different chats. And what I like about it is I can switch back and forth to see which gives me the best results without having to have four different programs open.
I like that. I
Yeah.
know Gemini and Claude are both ones that Tristan and I have both used. Definitely tested out.
So Claude, what I really like about Claude is that you can attach anchoring. So within Claude, I can attach a website or a file that will utilize that information. It will analyze it and draw from that to create. So if you have a website and you link it, it's going to help create more of a brand image for you. So I just love this as and you can see these are all the different files I've been using. I love it as an anchor for instead of me having to explain it so much in the prompt. The other thing that this does is it saves all your prompts. So you don't have to go through, and I can drop that prompt into anything. So this is a prompt to generate my monthly stats based on a file. Yeah, lots of different prompts that I can go in. The other thing that I like about Ruby, so we did talk about this a little bit, is that you can create a persona. So I have a persona for ambitious real estate influencers. So that's for my recruiting side. I have one for a successful suburban family, and then I have one for ambitious real estate investors. And when I'm back in my IntelliChat, if I'm doing a prompt, I don't necessarily have to go through and do all those things that we talked about. I can just go through and pick that ambitious realtor. I can choose the voice. I can say he's energetic and select the tone as persuasive. And now that has created that prompt in the background. So we talked about creating a persona for the AI. We've just done that here without having to type it out every time. And then the one thing you did say about humanizing is you can drop in any text and run an audit, and it will tell you what the percentage is of AI, whether it's plagiarized, and how easy it is to read. And then if you click the humanize, it will rewrite the whole document in a more human form.
Excellent. To expand on that,
Yeah.
Joe's asking, is it possible to create and save personas in ChatGPT too?
Not a specific persona, you'd have to enter it in, but once you've done it enough that your own chat GPT is going to start to know who you are and it's going to identify that.
There's
If you're going to start doing something different, then you're going to have to tell it to run it a different way because it's wanting to run the way it's always been ran. So for me, like running 3 or 4 different personas for each of my different businesses, it's easier to do this than to have one chat GPT that doesn't understand which voice I'm talking in, if that
one
makes
way to
sense.
kind of get around that, Joe, um, and Mark here that we've been using is we'll use it within the same chat. So we'll
Mhm.
define what that persona is, and then we'll reference that chat again. And so
Mm,
instead of starting a new chat with a new
right.
conversation,
Fair
and
enough.
I mean, the memory for the ChatGPT also only goes so far too, but
Right.
it's a way to sort of do that as well.
There you go. It's a good idea. Yeah, so the other thing that Ruby has is images. You can create images within here too in a video lab. Um, and it can keep your projects. So here's a quick example. Um, Actually, let me go back here again. And you can create music as well. So here's an image that I asked for a young or middle-aged female on her phone in a modern style coffee shop looking at text messages because I just wanted to use that as a B-roll in one of my things. And then I said, read it. After I created the image, I turned it into a video. All I said is look at the image or look at the phone and turn into a smile. And so literally, this is all AI just from a couple of clicks. And now this can be a B-roll in one of our videos. So
Excellent. So I want to shift gears a little bit, kind of towards AI agents, and you own Mod AI Automation, and I want to kind of, which also integrates with Follow Up Boss as well. So I kind of want to go through a little bit more about how that can work, and how we can take that and incorporate that into Follow Up Boss for each of the agents on here and their accounts.
Yeah, for sure. Just give me a sec to get in here. Oh.
And then while he's pulling that up, another question was, do I need to tell it each time to act as a real estate agent, focus on X market each time? You know, when you're in each chat within ChatGPT, you have to realize that only the memory within each chat is going to be retained for that one. So if you talk about something within one chat and then go to a new one, I guess it's technically a project, it's not going to remember what you've already talked about. So while that's kind of where the personas can kind of help out, yes, you need to retrain it sort of if you go to a different project, but if you keep it within the same one, it will retain that information. Excellent. So let's take it away with Mod AI automation and how agents can use this with Follow Up Boss.
Yeah, sure. There's a quick video I'll just play, and it's easier to explain it this way.
And then should there be audio?
Work hard
Yeah.
for
Oh,
leads.
sorry, you're not
There it
getting
is.
it.
But are they
Oh, you
working
got
for
it?
you?
Okay.
In real estate, speed to lead is everything. When a potential buyer or seller inquires, their interest is highest in those first critical minutes. But with showings, negotiations, and endless admin work, how often are your leads slipping through the cracks? Think about this. 82% of home buyers go with the first agent they talk to. When a lead comes into your database, if you don't respond within 5 minutes, your chances of converting that lead drop by 80%. That's where Mod AI automation comes in. Our AI-powered lead conversion is faster, smarter, and more effective than hiring an assistant. Mod AI automation provides instant lead engagement. The moment a lead fills out a form or inquires online, our AI calls them within seconds. No delays, no lost opportunities. Mod AI automation provides intelligent qualification. Not all leads are equal. Our AI asks the right questions, identifies serious buyers and sellers, and filters out the tire kickers, so you focus on leads that matter. Mod AI automation provides seamless appointment bookings. Once a lead is qualified, our AI schedules an appointment directly on your calendar, ensuring you only spend time with high intent prospects. Mod AI automation provides persistent human-like follow-ups. Most conversions happen after 5 to 7 touch points. Our AI follows up automatically via voice and text, keeping you top of mind without lifting a finger. More deals, less work for realtors, teams, and brokerages. For solo agents, this means more time selling, less time chasing leads. Our AI is working for you 24/7, even while you sleep. For teams and brokerages, this means scaling lead conversion without hiring an assistant. You get consistent, professional follow-ups across your entire team. Our AI is the assistant you've always needed. Natural, human-like conversations. Our AI isn't robotic. It feels like a real assistant having a real conversation. Mod AI automation provides data-driven optimization. Our AI learns from every interaction, getting smarter over time. Mod AI automation is fully integrated. Our AI works with your CRM, lead sources, and calendar for a seamless workflow. So, are you ready to close more deals without all the admin work? Let our AI handle the calls, the follow-ups, and the scheduling, so you can focus on showing homes and closing deals. Mod AI automation. Every lead called, every deal maximized. Learn more by visiting our website at modaiautomation.com.
So with that every lead follow-up there, is there a specific time during the day that happens? Is that a 24-hour thing?
So yeah, as part of the setup is it's set up based on however you want it. So for example, mine, I have it set up. It can call between 9 a.m. and 8 p.m. 7 days a week. So it is triggered through an automation, either through we put a tag in the lead flow. So if a new lead comes in, that creates a tag. That tag creates an automation for the AI agent to make a call. You can delay it if you want up to 5 minutes, but the sooner you call somebody when they're on your website, the better chance that you're going to have to get them to pick up the phone because they're already doing it. And knowing that who you are because you're actually on the website. And then also through, if you're YLOPO, we use Y priority tags. So every time there's a Y priority tag generated, that creates a call for the agent. Or if they've requested a showing. The other amazing thing that we're just implementing right now is lead intelligence. So every other AI calling out there is just calling blind. They don't know who they're calling. But we're now able to take all the data from the lead and analyze it through an AI and then transfer that to the calling agent who will have all of the background of that lead when they're calling them. And they could even discuss the last listing that they looked at.
Excellent.
That's
Okay,
a game changer. That's huge.
so tell us a little bit more about, what are the success results? What are you guys seeing for statistics? And is there any way that these agents can test it out before jumping in?
Yep. The website's not quite finished. Literally, we've only just started a few weeks ago, but we have about 4,000 phone calls already. I do have we'll have a sample on the website, but the best thing to do is book an appointment with us. It's a 15-minute. We'll go over sort of where you are to give you some pricing because you can't just do pricing because everybody's a little bit different, right? So there's a setup fee. And then it depends, there's three different levels. It depends on um, how many minutes of phone calls that you're using. So it's starting at $399 a month for 500 minutes, which would be about 200 conversations with people.
Excellent.
And
All
then
right.
after that's 25 cents a minute.
Okay, perfect. Well, as we're kind of wrapping up here, is there anything that you would like to share, in regards to this, or anything else to kind of give them some closing thoughts?
Yeah, honestly, I know AI can seem a bit overwhelming, but this is what I've noticed. In the last 6 months, I am at least 30 to 40% more productive than I was. I was saying to my wife the other night, like, I feel like a superhero now. I'm getting so much done in a day that would have taken me weeks. Things like, searching for something or there's so many AI tools out there that just help you save more time in the day. And the big thing I want for realtors to know, saving that time is to get you from behind the computer and out in the world. Take someone out for a coffee, go play a round of golf. This is a contact sport. Use AI to leverage your time to even get more deals.
I would piggyback off of that too as well, and just say, you know, if you guys can take any amount of time away from what you would normally be doing, in as far as building your marketing tools, building these presentations, having something to just simplify it. You might spend a little bit extra time training it, sure, but once you kind of do that and understand what you're looking for, it's going to make things so much easier going down the road. Even if it's a simple thing as, responding to an email, or if you get a text from someone and you're like, well, what do I say back to this? How do I respond to this? Screenshot it, send it to one of these AIs like a ChatGPT or like a Claude or a Gemini, and just say, give me 10 different ways I can respond to this. Maybe it's make sure that I respond in a catchy way or a friendly way. That's all you have to do is really put in some of these extra things in there so that way you can focus on selling real estate a little bit more and have some time back in your day as well. So, want to say thank you, Mark, for joining here. Everybody, this is
Absolutely.
recorded.
Yeah,
It
I'm
will
just
be
dropping
available
some links
on.
in for
Oh,
everybody.
perfect. It'll be available on Follow Up Boss's YouTube channel and also within the Follow Up Boss Success Community on Facebook. You can definitely rewatch this if you guys would like. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to Mark. Mark, what is your email so we can put this in here, or unless they can follow you here on YouTube?
Yeah, I put YouTube in. I put a link to Ruby that I showed, if anybody's interested in that. Um, yeah, you've put my other YouTube. So I have two YouTubes, one for the real estate, or one for the team and one for the brokerage. Um, and I've also, the Mod Realty is having, I've already done a bunch of webinars on AI, so certainly go in there. How to leverage AI to be different and stand out from the crowd. The big thing is don't be afraid of the tools. It takes a little bit of front work, but you're going to get that time back in spades. So, just jump right in.
Excellent. Well, appreciate it, Mark. Thank you again. Thank you,
Thanks.
everybody, for joining. And looking forward to the next time we guys have a conversation here on Bosses in Action. Have a great rest of the week and see you guys all later.
Thanks, Trent.
See ya.